We'd had 5 days in absolute paradise here in Excelsior Cove in the Bhutan Strait. Swimming naked, exploring hidden lagoons with our kayak and paddleboard, and simply revelling in our most incredible anchorage yet. But, and isn't there always a but? Even though we'd just extended our visas for another 60 days in Baobao, we had to keep moving so we would reach Butung in northern Sulawesi for our next extensions before they ran out. It was time to leave, but, and here's yet another but, when we got up in the morning we found a small problem. We're an Australian couple, Rob and Karen, who worked out before it was too late that life is for living. So we're off sailing to catch Our Dreamtime, exploring as many of Indonesia's 17,000 islands as we can. Next on our list is Sulawesi, the world's 11th largest island, remote and far from the usual sailing routes. Its coastline boasts golden sand beaches and hundreds of offshore islands for us to discover along with many diverse cultural groups. Come along on our journey as we make the most of every single day in Series 5, Dreamtime Sulawesi. Just got to be a little bit careful of where I walk because there are sea urchins around here.
Why are you walking, Rob?
Because I can. It's easier than swimming. We've got a full moon today and the tide is lower than was predicted or what we could see, and our Dreamtime is currently sitting hard on the bottom. No problem at all. She's just sitting on her long keel as if she was in the boatyard actually, sitting dead upright. I'd say the anti-foul is about 6 to 9 inches out of the water, so you're talking 15 to 20 centimetres, but it's a good hard white sand bottom and she's just sitting on it, no problem at all. The good thing is I've been able to go right round it and just have a walk and have a look, and all the hole's beautiful and clean. The anti-foul's doing a great job. So, after being marooned in Excelsior Cove, sitting on the bottom, we now have 2.1 metres, 2 metres of water.
We do.
And we can go.
And we're floating.
The one issue we have is that we can't reach the line on the tree that we're tied to because it's about 2 or 3 metres above water level. So we've arranged with Daniel and Emma and Lola B, we're just going to drop that line in the water. They're staying an extra day and they'll come around and pick it up at high tide.
Yeah, nice and easy.
So just about ready to go.
Okay, I'll be waiting for your signal.
You're ready.
Place.
We'll see you up the road.
So coming in here, you would have seen that we have a net that's out, which is permanently there. We've seen the lads come over and collect some fish and disappear. So it's a very important part of their economy to have these nets that are set. Their main protein is fish. So when you come on in, you just have to go through the centre between the actual fish farm and the net that's out, and this first home, which is pretty easy to see, and we're already in 12 metres. And just cruising on out. A bit of wind out there, probably on the nose for us. Don't have far to go. Goodbye, so long.
Here we are.
In Raha.
Raha!
We did 10 nautical miles. And it was 2 hours and 16 minutes. Average speed of 4.4. That was definitely the wind against us and a bit of current. And we started at 9:43 a.m. because we were on the bottom. Lovely day.
With the anchor down, we headed straight ashore to organise a car and driver for our trip to some ancient caves the following day. And most importantly, to find Rob a haircut. He was long overdue and had got way too woolly for my liking.
You look like a new man. Very,
5,000 rupiah later.
very good.
About $2.50 Australian.
Awesome.
I think I got my money's worth.
Yep, you did. Turn around. Just a good look. Very nice.
It's short. It'll be cooler. Not sure what these guys are doing in the middle of the main part of town, other than keeping the grass down.
Very cute.
Very cute. Hello. It's about 10 minutes or so before sunset, and all the little food stalls are starting to come to life because it's Ramadan. So they fast from sun up to sundown, no eating until that final piece of the sun disappears behind the horizon.
So tonight we're in Raha, and Raha is on our list so that we can go and see some ancient paintings in a cave. But we've got to eat, and we've picked out this lovely little cafe that's along the waterfront edge, and we're having iced cappuccinos, as you can hear in the background. But we have chosen ayam goreng with nasi goreng, some fried bakso, or bakso goreng, which is also fried meatballs. And I have chosen a dish which I know is chicken, and I'm expecting it to be hot, very hot.
While we were enjoying a beautiful, calm morning in the anchorage, Lola B was motoring the 10 miles up the strait from Excelsior Cove to arrive in time for our 45-minute drive out of town, so Daniel and Emma could join in our exploration of the truly remarkable Liangkabori Caves. Hidden in the limestone hills of Moon Island, these caves hold a remarkable secret. Vivid rock art created 3,500 to 4,000 years ago.
Extraordinary.
These ancient paintings, etched and painted in red ochre, depict human figures, animals, and mysterious geometric shapes.
I'm seriously impressed at how long this artwork has lasted in these caves. I mean, it's not on solid stone. We're talking about limestone that, has water rushing through it and everything else dripping through it. It's just amazing. It really is a wonderful thing to see.
Now, one of the big differences here in Indonesia is we come to a place like this and we can scramble all over the rocks, get right up close. We're not disrespecting any of the paintings by touching them or anything like that, but we aren't behind barriers. The dating places the artwork in the late Holocene period, making it relatively younger than some of the more famous cave artwork outside Makassar in southwest Sulawesi, such as the 50,000-year-old pig painting in Liangkabori Caves. From the first cave, we then had a bit of a climb to reach the second.
There's paintings and writing, and not exactly sure it's the last one, but yeah.
Our guide actually had a bit of a surprise for us. This one involved disappearing down a small hole.
That's not giving me the jaws today, I'm unstable.
Okay. Karen's back was not happy, so she stayed topside while the Lolabeans and I disappeared into the darkness. Well equipped in flip-flops, crocs and phone torches, we spent about a quarter of an hour scrambling around underground.
Opens up just here, right?
Yep. Down into the depths.
Cagar bulan dilindungi dan tidak boleh lagi merusak atau menambah lukisan ini.
Bagus. Yeah.
So the translation is?
So the graffiti's a little bit old now. People didn't realise the historical significance of the paintings, and now there's like laws in place to protect them, to not take them, not damage them.
Sangat dilindungi oleh masyarakat di sini.
Yeah, bagus. Yeah, like a place for like prehistory times, the culture and stuff with rituals here. But then after the coming of Islam, it sort of changed and people protect it now though.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, and then it comes back up again then?
Bisa? Ya, bisa. Bisa.
Okay. Through there?
No?
You want to pass anything through, Rob?
No. As I say, I don't think white was the right shirt to wear.
No.
Well, we came to see a cave and we went caving. And as much as I expected it to be cool down there, I am dripping with perspiration.
Sometimes you heard me say the guy asked if we're here as tourists or for research.
Oh,
We don't get too many tourists here. Researchers are
the Griffith University have been here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for research. What a...
I can see the guy putting in the grant application. I really need to go and check this out.
Kind of fun clambering through, but you couldn't sort of miss any awesome paintings in there or anything.
Nah.
They're all back here.
I can watch it on the video.
And laugh.
So you did have to wear like a nice white shirt today too, didn't you,
Yeah,
Rob?
it did, and nice white shorts and
Yep, cream coloured shorts.
Yep.
And
Going out, mate. Had to look good.
We were leaving next morning, so on our way back to the anchorage, we called into the market to provision up for the next few days. We were able to get some fresh chicken and all sorts of great fresh fruit and vegetables. Unlike supermarket shopping, it's always a lot of fun with the people we meet in the local markets.
That's Raha we're leaving in our wake at the moment as we head a little bit further north back towards Sulawesi. Raha was a pretty nice stop.
It was a lovely stop. We got to see the ancient paintings, which even our Australian universities have come across to actually study it. It's very interesting. I still can't believe that they're still in existence after so many years and so very clearly be able to be seen.
Yeah, I thought we'd see some cave paintings, but I didn't realise we were going to have a caving experience as well, climbing through little tight tunnels, etc. But it was all a bit of fun.
I let Rob do that. I stood there and took more photos. He came out. His white shorts are now in the bleach.
Yeah, you can probably tell from behind us there is zero wind. We're just motoring up Buton Strait. Daniel and Emma on Lola B, they left earlier this morning. They're about 6 miles ahead of us. That's fine because they're going in to check out a little lagoon anchorage, which is around about 19 miles away. We had originally planned to go 28 miles up to a anchorage over on the top end of Buton. But yeah, the Lullabians.
Yeah, the lullabians. Well, look, they're going in to have a look and have a check out. We've been the ones forward most of the...
We've been the scouts.
So they're scouting out today, and if it is good and it feels like a secure anchorage...
We'll just divert.
We will.
We'll go into another lagoon anchorage rather than heading up to one just behind an island, a little islet that's off the northern end of Buton. We are getting ever closer to being back on the main island of Sulawesi.
Well, we've enjoyed these islands down here.
Oh, absolutely glorious.
Yeah, Muna is really interesting island.
Yeah.
Got lots of...
interesting culture.
Yeah, very interesting culture. And that's what we're finding with most of Indonesia. Wherever we go, it's like arriving in a new country, isn't it?
Yeah,
new cultures, new dance, new language. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've only got this amount of Bahasa Indonesian, let alone worrying about the million dialects that there are.
And here in Muna, especially Raha, even our little bit didn't go far enough.
No.
There were no English-speaking people here.
Very few.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lovely stop. Push on further north, burning diesel, but that's what you get when you get up close to the equator. It doesn't matter where around the globe you are. You know that once you do equatorial boating, you're going to do a lot more motoring than sailing.
So you just have to plan for that.
Yeah.
It's, if you want to come to these areas, you just have to plan that you will be using diesel and know that you can pick it up in places. And mostly we've been able to pick up Dex Light all the way.
So we won't be showing you any sailing today, we don't expect.
None whatsoever.
Probably the next thing you will be seeing will either be a lagoon anchorage alongside Lola B, or it'll be us arriving up at Buton to anchor up for our last stop in the Buton Strait.
Yeah, and then we're on to some more beautiful lagoons and coral reef areas.
Exactly.
Some Bajo villages. Good stuff.
Onwards and northwards.
Yep.
So what do you do when you're motoring on glass? Get some editing done, of course. Daniel's just been on the radio to let us know they've anchored in the lagoon, but it's nothing special. So we're going to continue on to our Plan A anchorage, and that'll give us a shorter hop tomorrow. Here's one of the hazards that we really do have to keep a close eye on here in Indonesia, and that is these tugs with the big barges. This one we're passing now, it's on our AIS automatic identification system, and with it tells us exactly how far away it is, what speed it's doing, what its course is, and what our closest point of approach will be. So that's great news. The not so great news is that the AIS is only on the tug. The barge doesn't have any, and you can see how far back it is. So at night, the barges also aren't lit quite often. So you can think you're passing quite safely behind an AIS target, and in actual fact what you're doing is you're about to run into a tow line, which you would then slide along until you get to the front of the barge, which would not be a great result. What happened to the lovely glass out we had before? To be honest, we can't complain too much because there's very little sea state attached to this. But what there is countercurrent and wind right on the nose. So it's not helping us get up to our anchorage. But we haven't got all that far to go.
Smack on 13. Yep. Drop as soon as she stops.
Thanks for riding on board Our Dreamtime with us this far, but don't jump ship yet. We've got some bloopers coming up after this brazen plug for our ebooks. They cover a range of topics very valuable to cruisers, particularly those considering sailing Indonesia. There's even a couple of recipe books that are ideal for anyone who likes great food. If you're enjoying our travels in Sulawesi, make sure to click the subscribe and bell buttons so you don't miss the incredible places we've got coming up. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Dreamtime Sail virtual crew members. You guys rock.
We were leaving next morning, so on our way back to the anchorage, we called into the market to provision up. It's that word. We were leaving next morning. You burped in my ear. It's disgusting.
What, yeah?
You're making me laugh now that you burped in my ear.
Very cute.
Very cute. Venison. Yum.
Raha.
How's that? And your tits hanging out.
Hot.